Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of the Plum podcast. It's Wednesday, October 18th.
My dudes.
I am Nathan Waddell, and as always, I am joined in the booth by my teammate and best friend, Damian Kiefer.
Good morning.
Good morning. It's not really morning, but today's episode is presented by House of Speed Setup Shop. Whether you're racing sprint cars, modifieds, or late models, www.houseofspeed.us has the dirt setups you need. Use code PlumWild15 for 15% off at checkout. That's PlumWild15, House of Speed, setups built by champions. Big thanks to Mr. Dylan Hauser for coming on board to sponsor today's episode. Kiefer, how we feeling?
Feel good. It is Wednesday, my dudes. Can we get
Win.
some wins in the chat?
Let's get some wins.
Got my Inner Kin shirt on today. Got the podcast hat on. I trimmed up the stash today.
I trimmed up as well.
I even trimmed down the little aftershave. I had that at like 12 o'clock shadow.
I
dude.
saw
Like,
it. I
was
saw it on
getting crazy.
FaceTime the other day. I saw it.
It was getting out of control.
It looks good on you though. And the shirt looks good. The hat, the mustache. I mean, I think
Baby blue. I like it.
I think you look just like you do in the logo now, the new logo.
Dude, we got the black khakis. Like,
Black khakis.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
Oh boy.
It'd be hidden. Hidden.
So actually, on the last episode, I said that I was being drugged to a Taylor Swift movie, and it turns out I wasn't. I thought that Hannah had bought a ticket for me. I'm a little disappointed, but I didn't get to go. But regardless, that was my weekend. I really didn't do much. What you were going on a camping trip, correct?
I went fishing. I caught me some trout, dude. Cooked on the Blackstone all weekend, and I know, just the vibes were good with the fire, the fish, the wilderness. It rained a little bit, but other than that, pretty relaxed weekend. I got to drive a Camaro again. I got to reminisce the old days. Yeah, dude. We were in
What
the
year model?
parade. It was brand new. It was
Oh,
2023.
Must be nice.
2023. Yeah, she was nice.
Must be
Pretty
nice.
blue color.
I like a good blue car. My grandfather has a 67 Camaro. It's green with black racing stripes. Dude, it's badass. So we ran
raced Monday.
Yeah, we ran NWRA Monday, like we have been. We were at Cedar Lake, super late models. I didn't have the best qualifying performance, really. I think I qualified like 8th or 9th. But I just the car kind of felt tight in qualifying, and then started, I think, in the same spot in the feature, and just kind of never really felt as comfortable as I wanted to. The track was nice and slick. It just, I didn't make any laps for practice at all.
I would say that was your problem.
Well, yeah, you made a lot of laps, and I think it paid off a little bit for you.
I would say I made a lot of laps, but I did make some laps. We had to get out the old set my book up and get her dialed, made a few changes, tried a few things. Wasn't too bad. Qualifying, I ran in the middle.
Me too.
The line was definitely top slider.
I think probably.
I wasn't far off, so I didn't feel terrible, but I ended up running third in the feature. Caleb Durgan just got by me early because Dez was a little tight, and me and Dez lost like 7 spots in a lap.
Dude, poor Dez got tight like 3 times on the first lap, bro.
Poor guy could not. He just wanted to turn. That's all he wanted to do.
I felt bad for him because he had such a strong starting spot, and he'd been running so well. I was gonna mention, I really think a lot of the old qualifying lines are like kind of coming back. Since this new build, it seems like at certain times, like some of these old lines can be about the same as they were for qualifying. I talked to
Actually,
Dez.
racier too.
Oh, it's really racy. I like it. But I talked to Dez after the NWRA race at Charlotte, and he said he ran the old top cut down in 1 and 2 and slider 3 and 4. And I was like, why didn't I think of that? And he qualified pole by a lot. And so maybe we just need to kind of look back and kind of try these old lines again. But yeah, Caleb won, dude. He beat Dylan Wilson in a super, in a slicked off track. I think they had a good battle. I wasn't around. I was back in
I
like
was watching
sixth.
it. I was catching them for a little bit there, and then me and Connor New raced each other for a little bit, and then we lost a lot of ground whenever that happened. But I felt like pretty good at the end. Durgan was holding on for dear life the last 10, though. There was no way around it. I was watching it. He was holding on.
Dude, I feel a little bit bad for Nick Baum because I swear that dude was faster than me for like almost the whole feature, but like I wasn't trying to block or anything. I was just trying to find speed on the track, and I couldn't find it. And sometimes I'd pull away from him a little bit, I guess, whenever I'd hit something, good, and then he'd be right on me. And but yeah, I mean, overall, a pretty good race. You mentioned Connor New. I want to bring something up. That kid, he's 13. New kid on the scene, really. I hadn't heard of him until recently, and he just won back-to-back VLR races in the summer series for the UMPs. He won the next to last round at I-55, and then last night he won the final round at Lucas Oil, beating. I mean, these VLR races, like they're full of the best of the best, minus you and me.
Yeah, right.
I mean, just
Right.
At that age,
I'm a squirrel.
With the experience or the lack of experience, I assume that he doesn't have the amount of experience just because I haven't seen him on as much. Like, to win 2 of those races is absolutely massive.
Yeah, and it is. And I raced with him there. I think supers are a lot different than the modifieds. He's fast, just gotta race smarter a little bit.
Yeah.
And I think, and get some more respect before we can do some more crazy stuff. But now we did. I did give him a little fender there. He tried to throw a little slider. I was running the bottom. Whatever.
Yeah.
But live and learn.
We watched that back on the stream.
But if he does it next time he spins all the way out. I will say that.
I think Connor is a good example. And don't take this the wrong way. I think he's a good example of right now. He has more speed than racecraft from whenever I've been around him, and I think that just comes with experience.
And it's frustrating, and I understand where he's coming from. And you gotta win, and I get it.
But we had a good night that night. Overall, I think. So you hadn't really ran all that well, and you missed a race. So you're not very
retired,
hot in points. But I think I'm sitting third in points still behind Dylan Wilson, and I think Dez is still in second. I mean, Dylan Wilson can basically, go ahead and have that one in the bag. So, but I'm sitting third. We got what do we got next week? Isn't it Fairbury? Because it was going to be Kern, we changed it to Fairbury. Either Fairbury or Volusia. So, So we will. That'll be it for the recap of our last week. We will be right back with our first guest of this episode. Be right back. Back now with our first special guest of the night. It's the owner of CFM eSports and the CEO, proclaimed CEO of Victory Lane Racing. He's the driver of the Spartan Transportation, K&K Trucking, Live Oak Family Dentistry, Team Zero Chassis, number 22 Super Late Model. It's Fergie time. Chris Ferguson. Chris, welcome to the Plum Wild podcast, man.
I appreciate you guys having me. I've been watching this thing for a few weeks, and was really getting kind of bored with it until Hauser got on here. So decided I'd reach out to you and see if you needed some color personality in here.
Hauser definitely brought a lot of personality. Where are you at right now?
Currently at McDonald's parking lot using their free Wi-Fi. Not ordering no food or nothing, just taking full advantage. The city I'm in is currently Piqua.
I've never heard of it.
Sounds like a great place.
45 minutes from Eldora Speedway.
Right, because you're headed to Eldora this weekend for the Dirt Track World Championship, correct?
Yep, we're headed there for the dirt track. First time they've ever had it here. Dream in the world's always been the only crown jewels, and just really excited to have another one here. But it's not the dream of the world, but it's, in my opinion, the third biggest crown jewel. So it's cool to be here, to say the least.
I'm excited to watch it for sure. So we've got this big, talking about, you being the self-proclaimed CEO of VLR. We've got a big money race coming up this weekend, the Fall Frenzy. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, we fooled everybody. We told them it was at Charlotte, but we're actually going to have it at Eldora. So
you heard it here first.
Yeah, I'm just messing with you guys. Well, maybe not. I don't know. Howard hasn't decided yet.
Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me.
Session's not up yet,
Exactly. He said it might be at Lima Land too. I think everybody voted on that this week. But yeah, we're having having the Fall Frenzy. We wanted to take my big thing in this sim racing is to try to help grow it and take it to the next level. And I tell everybody this, the Spring Fling's going to always be the World 100 of iRacing. And
right.
Whether the asphalt guys or the road race guys want to believe it, the Spring Fling is a washed event across all racing, across the internet. When we had the Spring Fling last year, in 2022, we had 1,200 live viewers at one point. And I don't know if y'all watch Flow or Dirt on Dirt when they do their live peek-ins and hunt the front. It's 400 people, 500 people. We had 1,200 people watching at one time.
It's crazy.
It's amazing. But I tell everybody, I'm like, we got to keep growing this stuff. And I have a passion for it. Like when I was 12 years old, I used to fire up the Sierra NASCAR. Maybe it was NASCAR 04. I can't remember which one it was.
Some
it was online.
PS2 games.
Yeah. Well, no. This was on PC. Like I always wanted to. My name was Fireball Ferguson 22, and my LPI was like 153. That was the only thing important back then. It wasn't iRating; it was laps per incident because you didn't want to race with a bunch of idiots. But I've always loved sim racing, and I want to have another big event. The Spring Fling's been around forever. The Gobbler's been around, and sure enough, we decided to have this fall. I tried to call it the Fall Brawl, but Howard, I don't know why he didn't roll with that. He wanted the Fall Frenzy.
Dude, so Kiefer and Hauser kept correcting me, like they were saying it was the Fall Brawl on the last episode. I was like, I'm pretty sure it's the Fall Frenzy.
Literally, I asked, I wanted it to be the Fall Brawl because it Spring Fling, Fall Brawl. It's like, but Howard has to overcomplicate everything. And
absolutely. Well, I was just thinking of the Falls Frenzy, like at Fairbury, and that's what it kept sounding like the same thing, and I was like, "There's no way that's right. Like, it's too close." But I know, it is Howard. It's Howard.
Yeah, and it's. But here's the thing: we have another 4,000 to win race
for huge
iRacing Dirt, and we put this together. I don't know, maybe we thought about it in January, February. The Spartan Transportation, the guy that you just introduced. He's my primary sponsor. He's from St. Louis area. He loves iRacing. He put on the iRock Dirt Series that we had back in February and March, and he wanted to have a major race. And we pulled some strings, waited till the last minute, released a race in 2 weeks, and here we are having a $10,000 purse and a major event, and we're rolling out, as you guys seen the last 2 weeks, rolling out sponsors, rolling out information about the event, just the whole build up. Like we usually have a month and a half build up with the Fling. We have a 2 week build up with this, and now it's finally, for me, it kind of sucks because I'm racing and I don't get to enjoy it as much, but the build-up's been pretty good this week, and I'm still going to be around on Sunday.
So how are we looking on entries right now?
We'll do a live look in right this second. So, live look in. We are.
It was 20.
Left,
Yes.
not 20 total.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, we are at exactly 19 left.
So 19 left. So you still have 4 days to sign up. Where can they sign up, Chris?
RaceVLR.com. And while I'm thinking about this, we appreciate what you're doing, Nathan and Damien. This is cool. Like, this is what sim racing needs. Let's do something cool. Let's make a discount code for a free entry for the Spring Fling right now.
I love it.
Absolutely. We could do.
And soon as I type it in, it's live for a free entry. So one of our
Viewers.
time listeners,
Whoever
like me, first time caller, you know what I mean? Let's make a code for a free entry right now into the Fling.
All right. What do we want? Plum Wild? Plum Wild. How much of a discount are you wanting to do here?
Oh no, it's free. So this
free
is
entry.
62.
Did you hear?
A free
60?
entry.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
what he
free
said.
entry.
To go
I
in
am
and
so
type it
sorry.
in.
I got you. Okay.
Run it right now as we speak. Amount off of order.
It has to be Plum Wild.
Plum Wild.
I think it's maybe Plum Wild 69, just for the memes.
All right, Plum
or Brent Carter.
Wild 69.
First person to enter
All right,
Plum
we're
Wild
gonna do-
69 on Race VLR gets free
There we go, folks.
entry.
Whoever does it.
I guess they have to enter it in the promo code.
See, you're not allowed. You're banned. Banged.
Banged.
Specific customers. Here we go. Hold on. We're putting it in now.
We're giving it to Ryan Flatten actually.
Or Jordan Casey.
No, Ryan's already getting paid to race because Evan wants him to come back and block for him.
You see?
You're good. Yeah,
Yeah,
he's
there
good.
it is. There
I
it
love
is,
it.
folks. You've heard it here.
Cancel.
I don't. There we go, dude. That's well, looky there, Nathan.
Sorry, I struggle with this, but we're doing it now.
All right.
Hey, we got a free entry for the spring or the fall frenzy. Fall, not falls. Howard. Look at that. Look
at that. That's awesome. So is it live now?
No, not yet. Hold on.
All
We're
right.
doing it now.
So
Here,
what?
browse, add products. Falls frenzy. Here or falls. See, now you got me saying it too.
Sorry. I'm just gonna
It is live right about save discount. It's literally live right this second, and there's only one.
there's one person on the website.
Only one. All right. So
We'll see. Well, maybe it might come. It might come right now. It might come like 40 minutes. Who knows?
Let's see who it is. Let's give the listener like a shout out. You know?
yeah,
what I mean?
absolutely. Well,
it's live right now.
yeah. So
Here
you
it
got to
is.
enter Plum Wild 69. So while we're waiting on the
If this person
winner,
makes the race, I'll give them a bonus of an extra. I'll match the entry fee, and if they make an A main, I'll send them the Plum Wild podcast will send them $50. If they make
No
the A
way.
main.
No way. We already got one.
oh boy, who is it? Who's our lucky winner?
Alexander Nitschke.
Oh yeah.
Gaming.
He followed me the other day on, or maybe subbed to me.
That's
I don't know.
him.
He's
There he
in.
goes.
Alexander,
He is.
congratulations. He's got
That's
the
cool, though.
free
That's
entry.
cool.
Yo, that's like quick too. That guy was. on
He
it.
was
like,
all
filled
over
out
it.
the form
Nitchy.
and
Yeah, there he
everything.
is. He said
was ready,
it's me.
dude, Like,
He said it's me,
Yeah, there you
Nitchy.
go.
Alexander
Yeah, dude, that's-
Nitchy.
Hey, if he wanted
Congratulations,
it,
man.
there you go.
There you go. Now you got a job to do. All right. Now you got to make one of the. Are you saying prelims, Kiefer?
Yeah, just a
He's got-
prelim.
If
If
feature.
you make the
he just makes a
prelim
feature,
yeah. If you
the
make the
Plum Wild
prelim,
podcast
the Plum Wild podcast will send you $50.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Thank you for doing that, Chris. So while we're still on the topic,
Hey,
of
I'm
it,
not gonna lie, y'all. I completely just effed up.
what'd you do?
I literally didn't put a cap on it, and like Matt George and Jeremiah Johnson got free entries too.
Oh my goodness.
So
That's
we
a Howard
literally
Weaver
had
level
Plum
fuck
Wild
up.
Just gave
This is like how. Yeah,
$180.
this is Howard Weaver.
Oh no!
$180.
Did you
There
shut it
you go.
down?
$180. Plum Wild just That's
Stole your
gonna
bank
hurt.
account. We're just
What's it?
Howard's firing me.
We're taking it out of
Calivota's
Howard's
upset.
pay.
Yeah,
Okay,
there you
that's
go.
Taking
fine.
out of Howard's pay.
That's
Well,
fine.
congratulations to everyone that got the free entry. That's hilarious. So I'm curious, Chris. You've got a lot of dogs in this fight in the fall frenzy, and I'm sure a lot of people. I hope some drivers that necessarily don't drive for you, that you're probably still pulling for. Who is your prediction? And we can all answer this. Who is the prediction for the winner of the $4,000 paycheck of the fall frenzy? What's your answer, Chris?
If Blake's off work this weekend and doesn't have to drive that armor truck around and risk his life for $14 an hour, I'm gonna pick Blake to step up and win it.
He needs a good rebound.
I think a lot of his life right now. I know him personally. We're best friends, and so I talk to him pretty regularly. And he's so busy outside of the sim world that it amazes me that he still runs as good as he does when he does. If he gets on this weekend and grinds all weekend, I'm gonna say pressure's on. He steps up and does it. Don't be mad at me, Evan. But Evan's also been giving me shit all year, so that's part of the reason why.
Evans also he's the other guy to beat.
Yeah.
Well, they're two of the guys to beat. So
Blake is definitely not a bad pick.
As long as it's a good show, I don't care. As long as I make the show, I'll be happy.
So what you got to give a legitimate answer, Kiefer. What? So Chris picks Majulis. What's your answer, Kiefer?
Logan Rumsey.
Logan Rumsey is a very good answer. Very good answer.
I feel like if it's not Evan, if it's not Blake, it's Logan Rumsey or Kendall. There's a few other options here.
Yeah, Kendall's good too. Kendall's good at Charlotte.
I am gonna throw out. I think to some people a name that would be underrated, maybe unexpected, but I'm gonna go with Desmond Busby. That's my you always got to have the one guy that picks a random name, non-obvious name. That's what I'm doing right here. I think Dez. If Dez is saying what the fuck, dude,
well,
this is
when
I believe
front,
in you.
Dez is tough to beat.
I believe in Dez. I think Dez, if the cards play in his favor, if he gets just the most important part out of the way, which is qualifying well, I think he has a good
turning.
shot. Yeah, and turning, not pushing.
Yeah, no, they see really. Yeah, but no, hopefully it's a good event, and we're happy to be a part of it as well as have you on here, and we appreciate what you guys do. And there is days where we hate you, and there's days where you hate us, and there's days that everyone hates you, and there's days where everyone loves you. And at the end of the day, what you guys have done and brought to the sport is pretty incredible. And we're racing for $4,000 online, dude. Like,
it's incredible.
From your couch, from your bedroom.
Literally, like I can go sleep, like right here. Like it's. Yeah, no, that's it's pretty crazy to think about. And like I was talking to actually a few guys today about it, and they're like, "Dude, I saw you racing for like $4,000 this weekend, or like this like online." And I'm like, "Yeah, like dude, it's like I sit in my room on my computer and play a game and make money." It's
no, you don't. You don't make any money.
No, we don't make any money. But it is nice to think about, and it's cool to see someone like the IRL guys and with the bigger level and coming and hanging out with us and getting back to your roots. And there's a lot of guys that are actually on the touring level and on your level of the playing field that came from the
sim racing
simulator and the sim racing world. And I think it's a lot of people kind of just put it on their table, but it really does. There's a lot of
they brush it off, really.
Yeah.
And there's kind of a little bit of a reason for that, but it can't be, no help at all. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah, you can't tell me that you take let's just say you take two 14-year-olds, all right, and you let one race iRacing for 8 years. Like he starts when he's 8 or 9 years old, and you put them in a go-kart at a road course. You can't tell me the one that hasn't raced iRacing for the last 8 years would not have a major advantage against the kid that's never raced at all.
Right.
It's not even comparable. It's like Like, I don't care what anyone says, yeah, you don't get the feel that you get in a real race car, but your closing rate, your reaction time, the way you have to drive around to other people, it keeps you sharp. And there's a reason why even in our sport, in dirt late model racing, Hudson O'Neal, Devin Moran, Jonathan Davenport, Ricky Thornton, literally, that's the top four in
The top
the
four.
chase this weekend. Literally, and Bobby used to get on all the time too. So it's like, what other, like what else are we, how else you got to prove it? It does work, and people that naysay it, they're probably just old school and are not very good with cell phones or computers.
And technology, and there's just disadvantages and there's advantages, but to be able to be able to come home and race like a dirt late model, and it's not the exact same thing, but it's close, and you could potentially, if you got good enough, you can actually like get in a ride and practice and make consistent laps and not look like a complete squirrel possibly. But I'm still a squirrel most days on iRacing though.
This
I spun out the other night by myself.
This actually leads really well into my last question here for Chris. I know, Chris, you probably get this question a ton because I know other IRL racers that get it. But you being a national touring level guy, an IRL guy, you might not have answered this publicly since these last couple of updates. So what is your opinion on the realism of iRacing dirt, like especially in the super late models right now? And also, what is the biggest thing you think needs to be improved now?
For me, they definitely, because they did ask me to be a tester about, it's been maybe 6-8 months ago. So I was part of the whole rebuild a little bit. Not going to say a lot, but they had some legitimate people in there when they done it. Matt Logan being one of them, which was awesome. But the big thing, like, I was testing with Dylan Wilson one night, and we were testing at Port Royal and at Eldora. And I was like, the one thing that pisses me off about iRacing is when the track is hammered down, you cannot hold the thing wide open. Like,
Yes.
on the old updates, like, it's like you can't hold it wide open. You can't drive the crap out of it. And I understand all these professional sim racers like you guys hate that there's 50 other guys that can be good when it's tacky. But guess what? That's reality, because in real world racing, everyone can go out there and hold it wide open and drive the crap out of it.
Right.
So
Everyone's good on a tacky track.
Exactly. So they fixed that. The only thing that kind of really bothers me is they overdone it on the tire wear, and they nerfed it too far. Right. And if they wouldn't have nerfed it, they would have been right in the middle between where they're at now and where they were. That would, in my opinion, Tyler Hudson, I know you're watching right now, you need to fix that part and make it about halfway in between the two. And then the other thing too, stop making the freaking black slick grippy on iRacing. When you have to drive through the black slick, it makes zero sense unless the entire track is slick.
Like, yes. If there's a half a lane of moisture on the bottom, you should be able to put your left sides in the moisture and go. I agree. Yes, and not be able to roll through the slick and just be scotched.
It's so crazy, but it's in my opinion, it's closer now.
It is closer.
Then since I've been on it on iRacing since 20. I tried it in 2020. 2021. It's the closest now that it's probably ever been. So I do like that. There's a few things like, when you set the car and you have to run the cushion, it's very similar to real life. You do not drive it nowhere near the same as you do when you're driving in on the bottom or the middle. So they've done a good job there. But like I said, there's a few little tweaks that I would change.
Yes, and I agree. There's no way to really get it perfectly because, like, even we've talked before. There's just so many things in like just a race car that are so hard to account for, and moving this and that, and then you like the setup options on the setups, like you would have to have them so endless to truly comprehend what you would want to truly feel to be perfect. And I think over time it's gonna get closer and closer and closer. And where we're at now is pretty good. And I agree with you on the tire where we nerfed it a little bit too much, and we should bring it back a little bit more. But the racing right now has been pretty good because we went from I'll be honest, like at the very beginning, dude, it was bad. Like Cedar Lake Pro Series.
I know.
That was, it was
horrible.
It was not good. And then they made their changes, and now like we went to Cedar Lake, in our league race Monday, and like we raced. Like I was about 3 wide, 4 wide a few times. Like, and the racing's been good, and that's all that I honestly could like truly ask for as like a mid pack guy now. I'd say like I'm not a mid pack, but I feel like I'm an average Pro Series guy nowadays. But it's the time, and I need to grind more. But it's fun again. Like we can race,
Yeah,
and
that's the main thing.
it's I've been enjoying it a lot lately, and it's getting more realistic. So it is a lot more fun now that I have been racing IRL, and I imagine for you as well. Whenever it is somewhat realistic and it drives somewhere, you're like, okay, this is kind of fun. Like Port
Mhm.
Royal, whenever you can go around there wide open now and never crack the throttle, it's the greatest thing.
And then push in 1 and
It's a
2 in the
lot of
heat
fun.
race. Yeah. So
Yeah, then pushing.
Yeah,
yeah.
Cancer
No,
dog.
thankfully they rained that race out. But well, Chris, thank you so much for your time, buddy. Do you have anything you want to shout out or anything before we let you go?
For sure. I mean, I just like number one, I want to thank all the VLR guys behind the scenes. Rocky has been busting his butt. Calvoda has. KT actually kind of come out of. I mean, he comes out of retirement every time we do something cool like this. So KT and Burrow, get off your ass.
I could have told you that.
Burrow's my buddy, and Howard. Thank you for everything you do. Let's thank all the sponsors real quick because like Spartan Transportation. If Brian wasn't involved with this, we wouldn't be able to do half the big races we do. Dirt Track Bank is sponsoring this, so
Yeah,
more than
absolutely.
likely VLR we're gonna like switch all of our bank accounts to Malvern Bank, which is really cool.
Yeah.
I talked to Jay. You know, we're going to try to work something out where if people want to buy WR1s, they can get it financed through Dirt Track Bank.
Yeah.
That would be
Um,
sick. That would be sick. I could
but
finally
yeah,
afford one.
we talked about
Hey, Jay does a good job. That's all I gotta
he
say.
does, man, and we talked about like honestly, like, yeah, I don't even know if it was Howard's idea or whoever's it was, but whoever won the 4,000, they automatically get a bank account that it's like sitting in. But we couldn't really do that legally. But yeah, I want to thank them. I think you guys probably seen it today. Cruz Pedregon came on board,
Mm-hmm.
which he's kind of already been involved with Blake and
Yeah.
Evan. Um, but I think we're going to get Snap on to do some cool stuff. We haven't really announced that yet. I want to thank you guys for being a heat race sponsor. All the lap sponsors, there's a lot of good ones. Cannot wait to release the lap sponsors because there's a lot of fun ones. There's a lot of inappropriate ones.
Oh,
There's a lot
great.
of. I
I
just can't wait. Um, all the heat race sponsors, Chicken Bone Alley. Tanner Tomasi actually sponsored a VLR event. Man, I'm so proud of you. Thank you for finally doing that. You make all that money over there at Speed Ranch.
How many years has
You
it
gotta, you
been?
gotta give it back, man. Come on.
Dude, you guys
Oh
took my
boy.
money. I mean,
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, man. But,
it's
but all them guys, and then also I do want to give all you guys encouragement because there's one thing that happened this year that Blake and Evan haven't really talked about. Bruce Pedregon basically told Blake and Evan that he wants them to drive one of their both of them to drive his midget cars. They want to do like a test. So when you're on the sim, just know there's people like Cruz Pedregon watching, and he wants to give guys like Blake and Evan an opportunity to go
right,
race a real midget at the Chili Bowl.
right.
That's
So
awesome.
That's a
when you're on the
dream, dude. I'd
sim,
love
Yeah.
to do that.
That's everyone's dream
I
on
mean,
here.
it's and it's crazy. Like, when he asked me about it, which it may not happen this year, it may not. When he asked me about it, he was like, "Would they be interested in testing?" I'm like, "There's no question
Absolutely.
about it." But I was like, "Are you sure you want to put them in your car?"
Yeah.
And they, we've talked about it, but I just want like all the sim racers to know that racing's financially unstable for anybody. Sim
Anybody and
racing's
everybody.
sim racing's a great alternative, but at the end of the day, we take it serious. All of us do,
Yep.
and there's a lot of opportunity out here. So don't act like idiots. Go out there, do your best, learn, grind. As Calvoda says, Damien, grind because you start
Dude,
slumping
stay
in Pro Series,
grinding,
he
bro.
stays on you. So
Dude,
stay grinding.
Calavoda's the best. Like everyone hates on Calavoda, but like I've known Calavoda now for a long
Oh,
time.
SK.
And I've come to like love him. But whenever I'm not like I was on my bullshit the first 3 weeks of Pro Series and I was terrible, he'll be texting me during the race like, dude, you look like hot PP or something. And he's like, come on, dude, like get it together. And got me motivated again. I started grinding. He's like, gotta grind. And at the end of the day, if you grind and you put the hours in and you be smart and you just race with respect, you'll gain so much. And like take it like for me, like I haven't made it that far right now, but I've won races this year in a real car, and I wouldn't be there without the iRacing. And I've told you many times we talked about it. If we could truly just get a lot of these kids like a chance, I think it'd be crazy of how much talent's actually that we're racing against.
I agree. I hope one day they all get the opportunity. That's, like I said, we do this, we love it, but we do it for the drivers, and that's what VLR is about. You know, that's why I bought in a couple of times.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Well,
A
Chris,
couple of times.
thank you so much for your time. Thanks for all you do, especially with these
Appreciate
big VLR events. And good luck to you this weekend at Eldora, buddy.
Thank you, guys. Y'all have fun, man.
Yes, sir.
Hey.
All right, so we are back with our next special guest of the evening. This is founder and president of Victory Lane Racing and legend in the sport of dirt sim racing, Howard Weaver. Howard,
The legend.
welcome to the podcast, man. Are you there?
Thank you. I'm glad to be here.
Wow. He's so
guys-
professional.
Oh God,
You can talk now.
There may be a delay.
There may be.
This guy's crazy.
This is cracking me up already.
No, it's just Howard, dude.
Oh my God, this guy. Oh man, how are you doing, Howard?
Pretty good. How are you guys?
I love this. I love this. I love this.
I'm gonna cry.
It couldn't have went any better.
Oh, chat's saying that this is AI. Howard, can you confirm or deny that you are AI?
Yes.
Howard, listen, I'm so glad that you
I'm not
joined.
AI.
I'm so glad that you joined, man. I'm just curious. I know you've been over it a lot, so I'm not going to ask you to go into the full detail. But if you could just give me a brief history of the
Who is
VLR.
Howard Weaver?
Yeah, you and VLR and everything. You ain't got to go in detail as you did like on the XR podcast, but just a little brief history.
Yeah. So July 30th, 2004, I was sitting at the house. I was 15 years old. I was getting ready to turn 16 like a month and a half after that. So this was, it was probably like a month and 6 days actually before I turned 16. And I had tried to join a bunch of teams in DTR2 and none of them wanted me to join. So you guys can hear me, right?
Yeah. We can hear you.
Yeah.
We can hear you.
Jeez. Continue, please. Sorry.
Okay, so you can't. Okay. And lost my train of thought. You want me to start over or try to?
No, you're talking about your DTR2 days.
So DTR2 started July 30th, 2004. I made VLR because no other team wanted me on their team, so I made my own team.
Right. Rightfully so.
And then 20 years later, we're one of the top 20 teams on iRacing, I'd say. So it's amazing how level it's stayed since I created it and not really improved any during that time.
Which is truly impressive, considering you are Howard Weaver. And what's crazy, like, a side note,
God.
to all of the young kids that are new to the iRacing dirt side of things, Howard Weaver is probably the most iconic man in iRacing you've ever seen.
Oh my God.
He's a meme, and Katie said I put makeup on him, and just it makes me laugh because I love you. Like you're my ex lover. We've had a history.
Who, Katie or Howard?
You've managed to keep a team alive since July of
Oh, Howard.
2000 what 14 4 whatever he
2000,
said.
2000, right?
2004. I was. By the way, there's no delay. I was just faking that the whole first 5
Oh
minutes.
my God, no way.
I'm
Dude,
not
you had
surprised.
me.
I'm not surprised.
I thought I would make it the whole podcast, but
You broke character.
Wow.
Jesus
Howard
Christ.
broke character. We broke him, dude. We broke
Fuck.
him.
anyway, well, I was gonna say something and now I forgot about. Oh yeah. I've slept in, or not slept in. Sorry, I've been in 2 of the 3 people on this podcast bedroom tonight. So I've been in
Two-
Damien's and Chris's, and Damien slept in mine. So
Yeah, I've slept in Howard's bed
Wow.
with him for a brief period of time.
yeah, it was very brief. It
Uh,
probably took like 45 seconds to finish.
we've had a few cute breakfast dates together actually.
Yes.
A Bucky's trip, that was real cute. The Bucky's trip was probably my favorite.
It was pretty romantic. And then I just randomly show up to his house
I saw that.
2 months ago.
Yeah, that's why
How
I'm
far
like,
of a drive was that just to go see Kiefer?
Yeah, just to see Damien, and then I turned around and came back.
So you want to know what the
26
real reason behind this, Nathan? So Howard, this will come into play here in a second because Nathan's gonna ask. Howard was actually getting pics of I-55.
Ah, that makes
And
a
then
lot
I
of sense.
posted him on VLR, and then the World of Outlaws banned me in real life. So
Yeah, he posted them on of the real ones, and then
just like my iRacing ban, but I took it to the real world. It's crazy how it all comes full circle like that.
yeah.
What exactly did? Tell me what exactly did happen there. I want to hear your side of it because all I ever heard was that you or Devin Morgan posted these pictures of I-55 before it was released, and you guys both copped the ban for it. So what happened from your what really happened there, Howard?
Well, I should have kept the delay going because that was kind of funny, but
real funny.
but you guys would have it would have ruined the podcast. So anyway, what happened was
This episode's already chalked. Don't worry.
Yeah. Well, Devin was in the VLR chat, and it was during the afternoon. I was at work. It wasn't a new build. It was before the build.
You were taking a break from GeoCatcher.
GeoGuessr, yeah.
Guesser, yeah. Sorry.
Yeah, I was taking a break from GeoGuessing and AI generations, and Devin's like, I'm about to start illegally streaming I-55 if anyone wants to see what it looks like. And so I drove all the way home, which is next door to my work. And I was like, yeah, I'll hop in and take a look at it. And so he was in Discord streaming it, and I decided I should just, take a few pictures and videos of the track so I could, have it for my memory because I have a bad memory.
Right.
Yeah.
So I figured if I could just re-watch it later, I could just, keep replaying the track over and over in my head. So I did that, and then a few days later, we posted a schedule for some VLR series, and one of the tracks, right after the new build came out, said I-55, the first week of the new build, and someone commented something like, it's bold of you guys to assume that I-55 is going to be out. And I commented under VLR and I said it better be, and I posted a screenshot of it. And then it was immediately within 6 days, Nim Cross emailed and said, he said, which one of you, can I say the F word on here?
Yeah, please.
Go right
Which
ahead.
one of you That wasn't the word he was.
Wow.
Should we wait for him? He's back.
He's back.
No, he said, which one of you guys put this screenshot up here? And at first I threw KT King under the bus because he was kind of retired at the time. So I figured, no harm, no foul. It was KT King, and then KT got pissed at me for putting it on him. And so finally I said that it was me, and he asked how did I get it because I'm not in the alpha, and I said
You're not on Alpha Industries?
no.
Oh, sorry.
I was on Apex.
Oh,
Did
okay.
we get renamed?
Continue. Sorry.
Yeah, sorry. Where was I? So VLR started.
No.
Yeah, we're on the
Go a little more forward.
Yeah. We're in 2022 now. Okay.
Correct.
So anyway,
Right.
I said that it was me and that some random person came in Discord and put the screenshot in there because I was texting Devin. I was like, dude, I'm banned basically, and I don't want to throw you under the bus because I haven't talked to you yet. And he wasn't replying for like 4 or 5 hours, so I had to make up this story to Nim and told him that someone left it in Discord that I didn't know, and I said they left immediately, and I didn't catch their name, and he, of course, didn't believe that. And so, anyway, we eventually Devin replied like a month later, and
Immediately after, yeah.
yeah, immediately like the next year, and he's like, I don't know what we should do, and I said I think Nim values honesty, but I already lied a lot, so I'm still gonna go ahead and tell him that you told me to, because then maybe you won't get in as much trouble if you're honest right away. And so eventually I told Nim that it came from Devin, and then I just screenshotted Devin's screen. And so anyway, he still was mad that I lied the first time and put me on a permanent ban.
Yeah.
But you're back now, though. You're back.
But you're back.
I'm back thanks to ChatGPT.
Yep.
Right.
And I've also gotten like, by the way, I don't have a website yet, but you know how people sell setups. I'm opening up an unbanning service where like I get other people unbanned because I just have ChatGPT write these apologies. And so far I'm like 6 for 6 on getting kids unbanned from iRacing. So.
Well, ChatGPT is 6 for 6. Correct.
Yeah. Well, I had to like, because some of these kids talk really dumb, like
right.
I had to
not like
uneducated.
You. Not like you.
Yeah, I had to program ChatGPT to type the same way they did, which is very difficult because ChatGPT wants to be like super smart.
Right.
And I'm like, come on, this is this is Scout Neff we're talking about. You're gonna have to dumb down this apology letter. They'll never believe it. So I kind of had some input on it.
Right. Otherwise, it looks like it came from a lawyer. Their PR team or something.
Not a 12-year-old kid. So.
Yeah.
Right.
I actually offered Howard a PR job for myself the other day, and
I think that was today. Or was that yesterday?
Yesterday.
Yeah, it was recent.
When?
Yeah. There's actually been a few times. This is also a side note. I am Howard Weaver's stalker.
Yes.
How do you feel about that?
I didn't believe it until one day he said he was like looking through my window and he said I was wearing blue boxers, which is an unusual color. And I didn't even know what I was wearing. So I looked down and I was naked, but like the blue boxers I had on right before that were laying beside me on the floor beside the computer. So I was like, dang. Yeah, legit. And I was like, how does he know? And I'm like looking for hidden cameras in my bedroom.
Well,
yeah.
It wouldn't be a hidden camera. He said he was looking through the window.
And yeah. And
he was looking through the window, but I mean, there is a window like right here.
But I haven't ever been wrong.
He hasn't been wrong.
Because I've guessed more than once.
What am I wearing right now for boxers?
I can't.
We can't prove it.
Each other.
Yeah, we can't prove it either.
It'd be awkward on stream.
Yeah,
there's kids.
I'll be moving the camera down the
Scott Neff's watching. He's underage.
True. This is a children's show.
Yeah,
it's exactly. Despite some of the other things that have been said so far, but I'm curious, Howard. You got unbanned, and it seemed even then, like before your ban, that you weren't really racing a lot. So what is it? Just because you've been in sim racing for so long, like how come you're unbanned now? Why are you not like back competing as often as I think someone who just got unbanned would be?
Well, I hadn't raced for like 6 months before I got banned, so like I don't know. I haven't hardly raced since 2018, really, but I just get bored with it easily.
Are
So
you still a little salty that you lost the Pro Series to Zach Leonardi?
no, I was never really salty about that. I didn't want to drive a real late model.
Right.
In
Who does,
Charlotte.
honestly?
Or
Right.
yeah, or like, and I didn't need $5,000 at the time, so I didn't care about that. I just
Yeah, you didn't. Yeah.
yeah, I don't know. I know the 2017 and 2018 I played a lot, but like I think it's more like I never liked to practice or like race a lot. And nowadays it's like everyone's running like 30, 40 hours a week, like it's a full time job, and I never care to do that. So I'd rather spend 30 hours generating Plum Wild podcast logos or something. You know,
Right.
Right.
it's
Well,
not
you having
competition.
the AI do it, or the fun fact. Another fun fact about Howard, he is a great geoguesser. Like
Yes.
he could probably like from this camera angle, he could probably show up at your house.
All right. Well,
Yeah.
Howard, where am I at right now?
Weaver, Alabama.
How the hell did you know that, bro? He can tell just from this room, chat.
I
Wow.
get just the shadows at night there at 7:57 p.m. Just the way they cast, like it's pretty easy.
The
I had
fact that
never noticed it.
the fact that he's Eastern time and he just changed it to Central time because you're in Central time zone is kind of nuts.
Another interesting fact is that I am in Central Time.
That is very.
Never mind.
This is gripping.
And
You're,
stuff.
another,
you're like on the border though.
yeah, I am, and my girlfriend lives in Eastern, so
So like, if you guys go on a date and you're saying you're like, do you tell her you're meeting at 7, or like
we just don't go.
you just don't meet each other?
It's just too much trouble. Yeah.
Yeah, I
That
understand
makes
that.
I
She's
get
like,
that completely.
she's like, I'll be there at 6, and I'll be like,
Okay.
but earlier, I was like, I said I can't be there until 7 or something, and she's like, that is 6, and I'm like, no, 7.
Then
is
you're
7.
naked.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
it just doesn't work out. And then her dad's there. Why am I orange? It's my GoPro.
Yeah, you're kind of orange.
Did you? I'm just curious. Did you get a spray tan
good.
before? Like, were you excited for this and you wanted to look good on camera, so you got a spray tan, or what? What happened here?
It's literally my GoPro.
Katie said she did your makeup.
Yeah.
Is this true? Is that?
I asked her to because I have like slight bruising, like
For when she beat you?
from where I got my nose broke Friday. But
Yeah, you broke your nose Friday.
What are you
I
trying to
broke my
prove
nose.
here?
Trying to show that it looks different on my phone. But that's I can't figure out the way to turn the screen there. Anyway,
That worked. That was actually that was pretty
yes,
good.
I broke my nose Friday. Can you see a little slight bruising?
I can. It's either bruising or makeup. Yeah.
It's not makeup. I would look better. Anyway,
Um,
but
yeah.
my nose is crooked.
Why'd you crooked it?
My coworker wanted to, I walked in on my coworker and another guy, like on the ground wrestling.
Okay.
Well, they said it was like jujitsu, and I was like, "Can I have the next match?" And like I was like, "I get the winner," and he won. And then I somehow beat him, like my first time ever doing that. And then he wanted a rematch, and so in the rematch, I had the upper hand on him again. I was like behind him, just I had him.
Right.
I had
Yeah.
him like pin him down, and then he just elbows me in the nose like really fast, and it starts bleeding. And then they looked and they're like, "Wow, it's like super crooked," and then I had to quit.
Damn.
Right.
Wow.
So
So that's why I'm a little under the weather.
to get a little bit back more on track, how do you go from Howard Weaver, this one of a kind creature, and create VLR with Steven Calavota, Rocky Battenfield, KT King? Like you did. Like, did you mean for this to become this, or
What do you
like
mean? What do you
whenever
mean?
whenever you first started VLR and you got all of your team, Like you got your teammates. You pick Steven Calavoda, which is questionable. And then Rocky Battenfield, which is really questionable. And then you got Tyler Burrow. He's kind of old. But like but you got a group of a lot of good guys who've been around the sport a lot and have done a lot. Did you ever think back then you'd accomplish and like be doing what we're doing now?
Yes.
You just knew it from the start.
Oh, yeah, I'll expand on that. First of all, none of those guys were around when VLR started. Well,
Right.
actually, Calavoda was in DTR2, but he wasn't on VLR. And I didn't want him to join in iRacing, but he was so annoying and like just messaging me every day and like basically demanding to be the admin because he didn't like how I was doing it or something, or he was just
Yeah.
trying to get, I think he had a crush on me maybe.
Yeah.
So
That's fair.
he just kept trying to get in with me and stuff, and so eventually I was like, all right, you can admin, just stop messaging me. And then Rocky, I've known Rocky since like '07, so he was from DTR2, and we never got along. And he was on like the rival team,
Yeah.
and in iRacing, VLR immediately like shot up to the best or one of the best series, like in DTR2, and Rocky wasn't on his team anymore from DTR2, so he's like, I gotta make peace with Howard,
Yeah.
and and join him, and we still hate each other, but like we don't really. There's so many people in the admin chat now that we just don't directly communicate.
Right.
And with Tyler Burrow, I love Tyler Burrow. I have nothing negative to say about him like the other two. Oh, and KT King's all right sometimes, but he gets tired of my shit. So
I think Chris also gets tired of your shit sometimes.
What do you think of Chris?
I don't consider him part of VLR.
Oh,
Wow.
okay.
Yeah, he's
Wow.
he's just there.
He's just like
personal reasons,
like the step cousin or what, like
basically.
okay.
Did you guys ask me about Chris?
No.
Yeah. See, I was only answering the ones that Damien mentioned.
Oh, my fault. My fault.
Chris is all right. I didn't like the fact that I was having trouble sleeping last night, and I finally fell asleep. And then at 1:46 a.m. Central Time, my phone is ringing, and it's Chris Ferguson. And so, yeah, I don't really like it.
He just got off Discord with me.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
some of us go to bed, before 2 a.m.
I don't.
because we have jobs,
I have a job.
but Fergie doesn't.
Fergie's got a job.
What does he do?
He races cars and he's got a seat.
He's raced like 4 times this year.
38, I think.
Well, that's like about as many as I've raced, and I'm retired, so you got to race at least like.
Yeah, you're an ex go-kart phenomenon, actually. Track champion, I believe, or
Yeah,
I think it's pretty cool that they let you go into victory lane with your card after everyone's left, so you can, take a picture and act like you've won.
I mean, who's gonna stop me? No one's there.
That's what I'm saying. I think it's pretty cool that they let you do that.
It's cool that they left the lights on, but no one's at the track. I wait 2 hours after, but
to get a picture.
yeah, I mean, eventually I realized with this new Photoshop technology, with the AI, I could just generate a victory lane at all different tracks, So I've won I haven't even ran my actual go-kart this year, but I've won like 8 different tracks, so.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
And I think by next year, I told the admin chat at VLR, I was like, by next year, there's probably going to be an AI that comes out that will drive my iRacing car and probably going to be able to finally win a spring fling with it. So.
Yeah, because you've never won a spring fling. How do you race? How many spring flings have there been?
How do you live with yourself? Actually, is a better question.
That's kind of what I was going to ask.
It's tough.
You've ran a second quite a few times, I believe, too. And
have you ran in every single spring fling?
No.
Probably not all of them, but most of them, because Rocky was running it in DTR2, and he always picked like the worst tracks just that he was good at and that no one else was. And so I boycotted a few, but the closest one I ever came to winning was 2013. I was leading by like a second, and my girlfriend at that time was in the hospital or something, and no, she really was. And I was like racing this race, and then she calls and she's like, "Can you come pick me up from the hospital? They're releasing me." And I was like, "Are you freaking kidding me?" Because I was in the lead, and
Right.
she thought I was excited because they were releasing her, but I was like mad. And anyway, so I go to the hospital to pick her up and exit out of the spring fling while I'm leading and clearly gonna win. And then I get there and I have to wait in the parking lot for 2 more hours before she finally comes out. So I was like super, super mad then. But that was the closest I came to winning. Besides, actually, the year before that too, I was in the lead on the last corner, and Austin Simmelman just like pile drives me off the track at Lucas Oil. So
That was rude.
That's
that was
kind of mean, honestly.
all because I wrecked him earlier in the race.
That's like I don't think that's
It's not fair.
Yeah, it's not fair. It's
No.
I mean, come on. That's not
And now
no.
here we are 10 years later, and I still haven't won, and now there's no chance I'm going to with this level
Here's
of
your-
competition.
I was actually going
Well-
to say I think this could be your best shot, honestly.
Yeah.
Are they blocking anyone else from racing this year or what?
Well, no, but
Ryan Flatten said he's blocking the whole field.
That's what I
Who
heard.
did?
Ryan
Flatten
Flatten.
said that. Yeah.
Oh, wow. He's gonna have to start in the D main then. He should get the win if he's able to pull that off.
Yeah.
He's got to block the field and somehow still transfer from the D main, the C main, and then the B main, so he can block them for me in the feature. So I mean, if he's a lap down in the D main, he's probably not finishing in the top 4 or however many transfers. So
He's gonna run second, and you're gonna win.
that could work. Hauser used to do that for me in official races whenever I was good.
Yeah, he would run second for you.
Yeah, you wouldn't think Hauser would be that humble of a guy, but yeah, he would. He it was like shake and bake like Cal Naughton, and I'd be like, it's my turn to win, Hauser, remember? And he's like, but it was your turn the last time and the time before that. And I was like, I know, but like we done made this agreement, I called dibs on this win,
Yeah.
and I would just fold him with that every single day, and he never got to beat me. So
Yeah. Hauser's sleeping half the time.
yeah,
Wow.
he
I
doesn't
think
know
he's probably asleep right now.
Yeah, actually.
he's a sleeper, like super awake, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So I'm curious. I'm curious. I know of you from just your legend in the sim racing, and that really only extends to like iRacing. I don't really know much about your history on R Factor or dirt track racing. When did you start getting really good on the sim racing, and like how soon was it on iRacing, or did you just go into iRacing fully expecting to be one of the best?
Well, it took me a while to get good on DTR2. Like it was probably like 2 or 3 days before I was like the top 3 on there, and then but there wasn't too many people playing that, and I never really went to R Factor because I considered those like our rival game.
Right.
So,
That's true. I remember that now.
yeah, so I wasn't like all the ones that went there, and then in iRacing, I didn't know what to expect on there, and there was definitely a learning curve on there because I always used a controller in DTR2, so that was way different going from a controller to a steering wheel, and it probably took me like 8 or 9 minutes on iRacing before I was the one to beat, and
Yeah.
I didn't expect it to take that long because most of that was programming my will, but by the time I actually got on the track, I seemed like I was pretty fast. But no, I actually, sorry. Here's the true story.
I thought that was the true story, Howard. Come on.
No, it took me like a few hours. But
okay.
The first couple of days I couldn't hardly make a lap on iRacing, and I was like getting frustrated. And then Dylan Wilson, who I raced with way back in DTR2 days, he sent me his wheel settings, and like immediately, all of a sudden I could drive it. And then I started racing like a lot of hosted races, and then like a month after it came out, I started racing official races. And it took me like 30 races to get out of the rookie class because I didn't realize that like slamming into people like
Was not
I,
good.
I
Was
thought it was like
keeping you there?
yeah. I was like, Jesus, like how did you get out in 4 races? You know, I'm here like 6 months later still in rookies, and I got like an 8,000 I rating for the rookie class. And so I finally got our rookies, and like immediately after that, like the first broadcast race I ever did was like a Volusia iRacing special YouTube one, and that was like 2 weeks after I started officials, and I was already the #1 car in the server, so like I had like the highest I rating already. So within 2 weeks, I went from like no I rating to like 6,000 something, and I ended up winning that race thanks to Dylan Hauser like wrecking the field in front of me. And yeah, after that, I just stayed up there, and then quit racing a lot around 2018. So only like a year of good hard racing, you know.
What really led to like you quitting? Did you were just tired of it? I know I already asked, but was it really just like
Quitting
you were
what?
tired of it?
DTR2 or iRacing?
iRacing, you said you quit around 2018. Like, what really led to like you like really slowing up on it? Was it you were just tired of it?
Yeah, by the time like Pro Series started, like the first Pro Series in 2018 in May, it felt like I had already kind of like not been playing as much. But then I won the first ever Pro Series race, and I was like, oh dang! I was like, I'm still like fast at it, and I ended up running the whole season, leading the points until the very last race, whenever Drew Hirschko destroyed me at Charlotte. But you know, I'm fine with it. Whatever.
It's water
And
under the bridge at this point, right?
yeah, but at that point, I was not racing too much more other than that, and then I started racing like maybe once a week, and then 2019, like once every week and a half or 2 weeks, and then 2020, it just kept going down because I can't stay focused long enough on something to get the job done, and now the AI is out. All I got time
AI
for
is
that.
90% of your life, I'd say. Now,
I would say 100, but yeah, I'm making images right now as I'm
what
talking
about
to you.
what about Katie?
Oh yeah, I forgot about her.
Yeah,
What about her?
she's cool.
Yeah,
She's got a
yeah,
Jeep.
sure. Well, okay, 99%, I guess.
Yeah.
So 1% for her.
Yeah, you're a photographer now. I
Am I?
saw like that's we
Oh,
went from iRacing, an iRacing tycoon, to taking pictures of trees.
yeah, I'm a world traveler, I guess. Howard, reading comments from the fans now. Howard, would you ever sell your 49% of VLR to Chris Is this a Chris Ferguson alt account? Because I thought I was 50%.
Wow.
It sounds like it sounds like 51% you pretty much have majority control. So I think that's Rocket Speedway. Can we ban him?
Yeah.
Yeah, mods ban Rocket Speedway,
Yeah,
please.
that's Fergie. That's Fergie. He's
Um,
still at McDonald's.
I got one last question of my own here. You, I can kind of tell that you don't seem to be as involved in all of the VLR stuff as you once were way back in the day, right? How hectic is it, or was it back then whenever you were involved? And even now, like how hectic was it leading up to and during these huge races, like the spring fling that are obviously massive.
Well, it wouldn't have ever gotten as big as it is now if not for all the people that were helping, like KT and Rocky and them, because they're more like inclined to do the spreadsheet stuff and all that you got to
Right.
do, where I'm more like the artsy, I guess, type gay, and so creative is actually the word I should use.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And so
preferably.
Delicate.
they're more into like the detail oriented stuff. So if they had never like came on and helped with that stuff, then we wouldn't have been able to have those big races. So
Right. Someone had to take charge.
Yeah, I don't like to take charge at all. So,
You're
I,
nervous.
huh?
You're a submissive.
Yeah,
Okay.
and they're the what's the word? Dominator.
Dominant.
Yeah,
Dominant.
dominant. They
Yeah.
both they both dominate me, and
That's
and now
cute.
Fergie. So now I got three guys, just pounding me,
All
wanting
the time.
for fires and stuff like that, and then you got Calavoda who just
Sits
he's
there
behind
and
all
drinks
of it.
White Claws, dude.
Yeah, and Calavoda will piss anyone off because he's in the admin chat telling us how bad we're doing and how none of us are worth the what.
Yeah.
And it's like all he does it is to draw attention away from himself not doing anything. like he's like just slamming us and talking trash. Like you guys are worthless. Like who's doing this? Like we got everyone running with their heads cut off. And then I'm just like, Steven, what have you done besides like complain about what everyone else is not doing? And then and then that makes them hate you even more. So like I heard Damien talking earlier with Fergie that Steven's like on him about his Pro Series performance.
Yeah.
I don't know, but it's difficult, but the races aren't so stressful now, except whenever I'm trying to sleep or something in the middle of the day and they're messaging me saying we need a 3/4 full flyer or something or 20 spots left. That's when it gets annoying. Or like I said, when Fergie's calling at 2 a.m. whenever I've been asleep for 2 hours, that kind of I literally had to block his number last night, so I don't know if he's tried to contact me anymore since. But
I don't.
I
Oh
thought it
my
was a
God.
dream. Like I woke up this morning and I was like, did he? I was like, was I dreaming that he called me at 2 a.m. or did that really happen? And I looked at my phone and sure enough, it said blocked call at 2 a.m.
Yeah, but let's be real here. Let's be real here, chat. Who really thinks that Howard was asleep? Because I've talked to Howard many times at 2 in the morning when I'm traveling because you tell me that you can't sleep.
I can't. I was not sleeping well. I said I was having trouble sleeping,
So like,
but I
oh
had.
wait, so were you sleeping when he called?
I
Or
think
like
I was in a state of
disarray?
nonsense. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Fergie's calling me out. I didn't know he was still listening.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was asleep in my mind. I woke up an hour later and saw that I wasn't dreaming about the call. But yeah.
Yeah. Did it like
Howard looks baked. I've never done any drugs.
I thought you did meth.
I don't count that as a drug.
So
That's just the way of life
So,
here.
so what's the next? So here's the next question. Probably my last question.
My
So,
neck hurt.
if there's an infamous iRacing person, it would be Howard Weaver. If there's a second person that no one really knows about, but they know about, it's the Gage Martinez. And the
Yeah.
story, just not even you don't really have to go into depth about Gage, but what's the origin story and the reason behind Gage Martinez?
I've heard of him, but I don't really know.
You're not a big fan of him?
I just don't know much about him. I've seen him post about me on Facebook.
Yeah, he does talk a lot of shit. And then you have a cousin like Ron Weavers or something.
I don't know who. Okay, so everyone thinks those accounts are me. I talked to Nathan about this today. Let's go ahead because he's not watching this podcast anyway. Ron Weavers is Tyler Burrell, and Ronnie Weaver is someone else who I respect more than Tyler. So I'm not going to say who it is. His name is Scott Bargloff. And anyway, Gage Martinez. I can tell you how Gage Martinez was created. By the way, if Nimcross is listening, Gage Martinez is actually real, and you should unban him. Now that he's not listening.
Yeah.
Gage Martinez was Scott Bargloff messaged me one day and said, "Hey, do you have any pictures of yourself when you were a kid?" And I said, first off, that sounds weird to ask.
Yeah,
and,
right.
I was like, yes, I have pictures of myself when I was a kid. Do you want them, clothed or not? And he said, just any picture when you're a kid. So I found a picture. Delete this part. Anyway,
We'll delete it in post.
yeah, I found it, cut it out of the stream, but I found a picture of myself when I was a kid and I sent it to him. And then like 15 minutes later, because we had already started the Weber Valley page at that point, or like
Yeah.
it was like a week or two old. And like 15 minutes later, he messaged me a screenshot on Weber Valley page, and it's me. It's my childhood picture with a mustache and a mullet. So like a 10-year-old with a mustache and a mullet. And it said something, Gage Martinez wins the long haul award this week at Weber Valley. He drove 17 miles from Monterey to get here. And I was like, you turned me into a Mexican? Basically, that's how he started, and like Gage got shared because it looked so goofy, like this well, you know, I was a goofy looking kid, but then you had a mustache and a mullet.
That dude, it's so fucking funny, bro. Like some people
Nathan
don't
thought
like
Gage
it.
was real.
I did, but I never really paid
that.
enough attention to like really notice that it wasn't, right?
I think he is.
I think he is, and I think he needs to be unbanned from iRacing, honestly.
I think we could do a podcast with him.
We could.
Oh, dude, with the power of AI, we could totally do a podcast with Gage Martinez, you know what I mean?
No, he lives like 10 miles away from me, which I think it's pretty crappy that Ricky Weiss, you know, from Manitoba, Canada, he literally moved to Monterey, Tennessee, just so he could still Gage's thunder, and changed his nickname to the Monterey Missile, just like Gage, which is, he was the Manitoba Missile, now he's, you know, the Monterey Missile. So I think that's kind of a slap in the face to Gage for him to do that, and he lost me as a fan. So
wow.
Rocket Speedway, the guy that was talking trash earlier, wants you to grow the mullet. What are your thoughts?
Grow the mullet. I've never had one. What did Rocket? Oh yeah, Rocket Speedway, aka Chris Ferguson's alt account.
Yeah, he's from 49%.
Dude,
I'll see what I can do.
So many people hate on or just don't think it's funny, but I think that the Gage Martinez and the Weber Valley Speedway posts are so fucking funny. Yeah. The one that had me damn near in tears was the one that was just recently posted about the kids on the track. And then in the comments, they were like, they were only removed from the track because they didn't have their, wristband on. I was fucking crying,
Wait,
dude.
when was that?
I don't know. It was a long time ago, like a week or so.
Oh, that was, I think Scott posted that. Scott's funnier than me for sure, especially like live. But, well, I've only ever heard him once live. But he posts some. he posts some. I'm just terrible live, as he commented on the post last night. But yeah, he posts the funniest stuff on Weber Valley. Even though I get pissed because I'll generate something in AI and I'll send it in a group chat, and it's meant to look stupid because it'll be like a bad AI generation.
Right.
And then he immediately posted on Weber Valley without saying a word. And I'm like, dude, I can do better than that. Like, quit posting all these that are stupid. And I don't know, but he posts some funny captions with them.
What are your thoughts on like all the memes that are made of you? Like, especially the ones that where like you're a little fatter than you really are. Like, Chris, I sent the picture that you sent me of you and Chris. I sent it to Chris. I was like, this is what I'm going to use for the promo poster. And he was like, hold on, let me send you the better one. And it's the one where you're just thickened up a little bit. Like, I've seen so many memes of you at this point where it's just a picture of you just edited in some funny way, especially on like your birthday posts, which you seem to have a lot of.
Yeah.
And what are your thoughts on all those? Do you do those yourself? Like, it's so fucking funny, dude.
For some reason, my face already looked fatter than it was in that picture originally. But Fergie sent it in a group chat yesterday, and he's like, can someone like fatten this face up just a little? And I didn't know what it was for or what he was doing it for. And I had some free time, but while my AI was generating. And so I was like, yeah, I'll make it a little fatter. So I made it a little fatter, and then 2 hours later, I see it being used for that to advertise this. He never said what it was for. I just thought he wanted it for his like collection of Howard pictures that he has. And so yeah,
he's got a collection.
Yeah, he does. Mostly like shower pictures, but I guess he likes me with a little meat on my face, I guess too.
Yeah.
So yeah, and then what was the other ones you were saying? Oh yeah, the birthday ones.
Like I saw a picture where you were edited to be a black guy. Like that was so
Yeah.
funny to me. Bald head,
Well,
same beard, but just you're black. Like that's so
Yeah,
fucking funny to me.
that's racist. So I won't be getting
Oh,
into that one.
okay, yeah, my fault, my
Yeah.
fault. We'll cut it out.
But
We'll cut it out.
yeah, but yeah, Fergie is the one that does all those birthday posts, and like he never tells me or anything, and it'll be like June 8th or something, a random day, and I was out to eat one day and like 18 people are messaging me happy birthday. I was like, where is it? How's it? My profile says my birthday's like September, doesn't it? Like it's supposed to be. And then I'm just sitting there eating and like wondering. I'm like, it's not my birthday. It's not my birthday. Just copying and pasting the same reply to everyone. And then finally I go on Facebook and see like it's Howard Weaver's birthday, and like I got like 72 teeth, and like my face is 400 pounds, and I'm like, oh god, trying to delete the post and everything.
The cornrows too. I like the one with the cornrows and everything. Oh god, they're freaking hilarious. The ones that
Wait, what? I haven't even seen half of these. Then send me these after the podcast.
I'll just look at the birthday post, brother, all over it. I like.
Maybe I had more that I don't even know about.
There may be. I like on Discord all the gifs that there are of you. Like if you type in Howard Weaver in like the GIF search on Discord, there's at least 15. Yeah, and I quote them all the time, and I think they're hilarious. Like there is no I in iRacing. I love that one.
If you look closely though,
win or lose.
There's actually like two I's. So it starts with an I.
Okay.
And then racing has an I, which is like RAC, and then I. So it's kind of like a play on word.
Yeah, I get it now. Okay, so now it makes sense. I didn't know that actually.
So there is not. It's just like a comedy thing.
Yeah, I got you. And I like the one. What's the? Some legends were never born. Something about that one cracks me up as well.
I don't even know what they mean. I honestly didn't make those, which I don't know. I think it was for that Weaver Vision page. So Scott Bargloff made them, and somehow they all got on there, like I'm famous or something. But he's like coming up with these weird captions for them. And, it's like, is he saying I'm a legend or I'm not a legend? That's for you to decide.
Yeah, I think it's up to the viewer and the poster of the GIF to decide. And another one that I like, it's not a GIF, but I saw it recently. It was it's just a meme, and it was your car, and it said the great thing about sim racing is that there are no rainouts, because if it starts raining, you just bring your computer inside.
I came up with that one. That one's good. That one's a good one.
Yeah.
You like that?
So that one's on you. I got you.
Yeah, I'll take credit for that one.
Oh my god.
Well, at least he's got something going on.
Yeah.
I actually brought my computer in for this because it's kind of like cold outside, and I didn't want to put some dew on it. So
right. Well, that's smart.
Typically, I do race outdoors.
That's awesome. Actually, I've never done it, but I've heard it's nice. That's all I've got. Oh, this has been great, Howard.
What about you, Damien? You got anything?
Yeah.
I'm just kidding.
I miss you. That's about it. I miss our love language, which was
What is our love language?
love. Touch. Yep.
Touch.
Good.
Yeah,
touch.
we've actually
God.
we need to get it. We need to go on another date.
I agree.
That's probably the only thing I need to add. Just one more time.
I need you to visit your hometown, Howard, and come see me. Howard Weaver needs to come to Weaver, Alabama.
And that's what it was named after, I heard. I
What
didn't even know it existed. I thought I saw that on the Pro Series, and it's like, there's Nathan Waddell out of Weaver, Alabama, and I was like, no way, he put a fake town after me. Like, I didn't know he liked me that much. And
Yeah, he does.
This is the plan all along.
I know. I looked it up and saw it was real, and I got disappointed. But
well,
really
I
felt bad
moved.
for a bit.
If it makes you feel better, I did move here specifically because I was like, someday Howard will notice this.
Yeah, and I
Yeah.
did finally.
Yeah.
6 years later.
Right. Exactly. So
I mean, I don't know how long you've lived there. I guess.
it's close to 6 years. I think it's been a year and a half. So
Yeah.
you're pretty
Round
close.
up.
Right, round up a little bit. Well, listen, Howard, do you have anybody you'd like to thank before we let you go?
Yeah. First off, let me a question from a fan. I promised I would get to. When can you lick my butt? No, that's the wrong one. Scout Neff said, "Can you ask Nathan Waffle his opinions on me, please?"
Don't.
Nathan did not have anything to say. Scout,
Yeah,
sorry.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I didn't
Yeah,
see
no,
that
sorry.
actually, or
Whoops.
else I would have
It's-
addressed it. But thanks for
These
relaying
are-
the message. I just
These are
declined to
coming to my
answer.
personal. Yeah, these are coming to my personal inbox.
Ah, gotcha.
You're
Yeah,
famous.
I have another Twitch stream going on my channel. It's got like 700 viewers, but I don't want
Oh.
to take away from yours.
No, that's
I'll link
fine.
it
That's
after.
fine. Yeah.
You'll leak it after.
Yeah,
No.
no, it's fine. If you could just hit me with a raid, that'd be great.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll take a
send you-
5-star review as well.
Yeah, I'll send you guys that. But who would I like to thank? I would like to thank the what's this podcast called?
Plum Wild.
The Plum Wild
Plum-
podcast.
Plum. Oh yeah, I made a logo for it. Plum Wild Podcast. Kind of a tongue twister. And Nathan Waddle. Is it Waddle or Waddell? Like Jaden.
Waddell.
Oh, also, we're gonna beat Alabama.
Jaden.
But that's Jaden Waddle.
It's Jalen,
What am
I'm
I
pretty
thinking
sure.
It's Jalen
Yeah,
Waddle.
I don't care about Alabama players, so
That's
Jesus
yeah, he was
Christ.
Alabama.
It's
Anyway,
it's
I'd like-
Waddell, but whichever
Yeah.
way you say it, I'll accept it, Howard.
you'll change it.
Right.
I'd like to thank Nathan Waddell, Damian Kiefer, whose bedroom I've been in. It's very nice. You like this one, Damian?
I do like that one.
And I'd also like to thank the VLR. I would like to thank the viewers for tuning in, specifically Stream Elements and Armed for Gaming. That I just see those two commenting most recently. And I'd like to thank. Did I say VLR? I'd like to thank VLR.
Yeah.
Chris Ferguson, KT King, Rocky
Yeah.
Dad,
You haven't said VLR yet.
Stephen Calvoda, VLR, Big
Alright.
Victory Lane Racing, my wife, who I'm not married to yet or ever, and who else? Hannah for letting Nathan do this, and then
Yeah.
also Eyes for allowing Damien to be here.
Wow.
What is that? Is that a candle burning?
Yeah, it is.
Okay. And you guys can finish thanking people for me.
All right. Well, thank you so much for coming on, Howard. I appreciate you very much, man.
I'm happy to be here, and
I love you.
also thank you to Mofford Bank for sponsoring this fall frenzy.
Yeah, there you go.
All
You
right.
guys want to hear about my Colorado trip? Actually, I gotta go.
Okay. All right. Later, Howard.
Bye.
See you guys.
Oh, wow. So that was Howard Weaver. Holy shit. That was even more epic than I expected. Dude had me in tears multiple times. That guy is a fucking legend.
I mean, it's Howard Weaver, bro.
Oh my God.
There's no way to explain the man.
That
There's
was,
no way to explain it. Like it's
Oh
a
my
different. And it's what's crazy is every time I
my
talk
face
to him,
hurts.
It's like different, but it's not different, and like it's just it's Howard. I love him. He's the greatest.
Scout's denying that he requested that question, but wow. All right, so
Stream Elements, great. Thanks for watching.
yeah, stream stream elements have me. Well, listen, we got the VLR race coming up in what 4 days, I think. Sunday night for the prelim features, and then the main event Tuesday night.
Limeland.
Right. So we might do something special in between the prelims and the main on Monday night. Y'all just be tuned or stay tuned for that. And
We'll be racing.
we'll be be sure to tune in on. I think isn't it going to be broadcasted on VLR's page on Facebook?
Yes, I think it'll be on Twitch. It'll be, I think it'll be on Facebook as well. I think it'll be on YouTube.
Yeah. So just
And-
look up VLR Victory Lane Racing Racing Series, I think, on Facebook. Be sure to tune in to that. But yeah, that'll do it for this episode of the Plum Wild podcast. Thank you again to House of Speed for sponsoring tonight's episode. Don't forget to use Plum Wild 15 for 15% off at checkout. And for myself and Damian Kiefer, thank you all for tuning in, and we'll see you right back here in the next one. Later.
Bye. Love you.